everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs, and today I'm going to show you this really beautiful card featuring the Floral Frames bundle. This is the stamp set. It comes in clear mount and wood mount, and here are the matching framelits, which I have to say might just be my favorite framelit set right now. This set has 3 great sentiments and is black line image, which means you need to color it in. So we're going to use some of the new Stampin' Blend colors. All right, well, let's get started. First, you're going to need a 3x4 piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. I like to use the thick cardstock when I'm using my Stampin' Blends. It seems to not bleed as easily. I've used regular white cardstock and it is fine too, but I just really like the way they color on the thick Whisper White. Now I'm inking up my frame in Memento Black. When you're using a Stampin' Blends marker, you need to use Memento. All right, so we're going to stamp that right there. Now we're also going to stamp these flowers. You can see that the flowers are here on this frame, but there's also 2 individual flower stamps that you can stamp and cut out, and we're going to do that and pop them up on that frame. So again, in Memento. All right, so the colors that I am using are Flirty Flamingo, Call Me Clover, and Soft Seafoam, which is beautiful, very, very light green. So I'm only going to use the Seafoam here on this little branch right here. And our markers, our Stampin' Write markers, have 2 ends. One is just a nub and the other is a brush end. So whichever you prefer. Sometimes I use the nub for smaller areas and I like to use the brush tip for larger areas. All right, let's see. I think that's all I wanted to do in the soft seafoam. And I used the dark soft seafoam for that. Now I'm gonna get my light Call Me Clover. And I am just going to color in that leaf. And then I'm gonna leave that open because I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna open the dark and kind of color in the underside, and then go back with my light and blend them all in. So I'm gonna do that on each of the leaves, working just with 1 leaf at a time so that my ink doesn't dry out. And then light and blend them in. I'm gonna speed the video up while I color the rest of the leaves. All right, now that we're done with the leaves, it's time to color in the flowers. Oh, one thing I did go back and do with my Call Me Clover is just barely, there are these little tiny leaves that you really can't color, but you can dot. So take whichever green you like and just go over those tiny, tiny little leaves. All right, now, like I mentioned before, we're going to pop these flowers up. So I'm not even going to color those in because I'm going to color these in, cut them out, and then pop them on there. So I am going to start, this time I think I am going to use the brush tip and just go around the flower once with a light Flirty Flamingo, and then go back with the dark. And this image kind of gives us hints of where we need to add that extra color. Wherever you see those little lines, that's where you're going to add that darker color. And then go back with your light Flirty Flamingo and start blending them in. So I do 1 layer of light and then add in my dark, just wherever those lines are, that's showing me where it's darker, and blend with my marker. right, I think we are ready to get our big shot and start doing some cutting. We've got quite a bit of big shot work to do here on this card. Now, like I mentioned, this framelit set has beautiful framelets. Some frame the stamped images, which is what we're going to cut first, and some just cut out little leaves and things. So actually, we're not cutting that one out at all. We're cutting this one right here and this one. Now, use your magnetic platform to hold those guys in place. Now, I think we can fit a few more things on here. I'm going to cut out, and you know, I had showed you guys a tip on my Facebook page. Let me show you here while we have it. When I'm cutting a bunch of things, I like to use a dryer sheet, and these are the dryer sheets I use. Cheapos from the Dollar Tree. When I when I need to cut a lot of things out and I need more than one, I can just run it through, lift this off, and move it over, and the cut shape generally will stick to that dryer sheet. So I'm going to cut these two, and one thing I like about this set is it doesn't just have one leaf framelit, because you're probably not going to just need one. You're probably going to need more than one. So I'm going to do two each, since we have two framelits. That makes it easy. Put all of those there, and then these little guys we're going to do from the Call Me Clover. And I'm going to show you guys how that dryer sheet works really well. All right, we've got it all loaded. Make sure those don't move around. The other ones would be fine. Now, when I have an intricate framelit like these, I like to make sure I've got a good cut, so go through twice. And we'll get these out of the way. Perfect. And now, if I could just show you, see how those stick right there? And we can just peel those off without having to really spend a lot of time trying to get them out of the framelit. So you can see they're very delicate, so be careful. Isn't that awesome? This is, whoops, I wasn't too delicate with that one, but I think we can salvage it from this direction. These are going to be peeking out from behind our little stamped image. This is Soft Sea Foam, this light color, and Call Me Clover is the darker color. All right. Let's move that out of the way. Now we need to add our sentiment here in the middle before we get too far. And I am using the one that says, wishing you the best. And it fits just perfectly right there. When you pop something up, you want to use Stampin' Dimensionals. We have two sizes. We have the regular size, which I think will be just fine for these. And we have the tiny size, which is good for little small things. So I'm just going to put it right there. And then one down here. All right, now before we start putting our card together, we've got to do the background on our card, and that is one of my favorite stamps, the hardwood background stamp. And I'm going to use my Stamparatus because it makes stamping a background stamp so much easier. Now I'm taking one plate off because I don't need it. I just need the one. And I'm going to take my card base and kind of put it right where I think it'll be, just in the middle. I'm going to put that magnet on there to hold it in place. And now I'm going to take my hardwood stamp, and you could have the planks going this way, or you could have the planks going that way. And I think I'm going to have them go this way. So I'm going to set that on there so that I know it's going to cover it. And then I'm going to close it up. And if you put your stamp case over here and then put that like that, it will give you a nice flat surface to ink it up, because this one takes some inking up. It's quite big. I'm inking it with Flirty Flamingo. That's the color of the cardstock, so we're going to create a tone-on-tone look. Now make sure you do equal pressure all the way around. Let's see how that looks. Beautiful. Now, if we had missed a spot, because it's in the exact same place, we could put it down and put pressure wherever we had missed, but we did pretty good. Okay, I think we're ready to put all of this together. Now, I'm going to start by getting my doily. These are the pearlized doilies, and I only need one. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, and I'm going to put some adhesive right on either side, and I want it sticking out about that much, like that. And now I'm going to just put some adhesive in this corner, and here, I'm having a hard time picking them up. I'm just going to start layering these little pieces, one of each that I cut out. Like that. And now I'm going to do the same in this corner right here. Here's my guy that I kind of ripped a little bit, but he'll be covered. He'll be all right. Now don't put them too far out because then they'll be sticking off the card and you don't want that to happen. Let's see, I think I'm going to need a little more adhesive on top of there. And I'll just put him like that. Look, you can't even tell that I tore him just a tiny bit. All right, now dimensionals. We're going to pop this whole layer up. One in each corner. And these will help keep these little pieces in place as well. You won't have to worry about them flying off because they are sandwiched now in between with that dimensional. And there we go. Isn't that striking, that flirty flamingo with those greens? Just think it's beautiful. Now I'm going to use the twine from the Nature's Twine. I'm using this one. It is mint macaron. It's not exactly the same color, but I think it coordinates well. This video actually is a clean recording of a project I did during a Facebook Live. I'm going to put the link down in the comments on YouTube so you can go back to the original post and find the PDF. There's going to be a PDF there with 3 projects using floral frames, and you can print it and save it, and it has all the products that I used as well as any measurements that you might need. So make sure you hop over and visit and get those details. And there we have it. Wishing you the best. Isn't that just beautiful? All right, you guys, I hope you like this card. It is one of my favorites I think I might have ever made. If you have any questions, let me know, and hop over to my online store where you can get all of these products. Have a great day. Bye-bye.